Tell us what brings you to New Zealand first, Craig.
I was speaking at a church over in New Plymouth, doing a men's event, a parents event, and then a couple of Sunday services this morning.
So do you get to do much travelling? I mean, XXXChurch has grown quite a bit over the years, so do you get to go around many places?
Yeah, part of the exciting thing is, I guess getting to see the world. I don't think I could be further away from home right now, but it's been great. I mean, we've gotten over to Europe. We've done a ton of traveling through the United States and Canada, and now New Zealand and Australia to add to that. So,
how did XXXChurch get started? What made you kind of launch into that whole industry? Because it's a pretty big industry.
Yeah, it's a $70 billion a year industry, the sex industry, and we decided just one day, hey, let's try and help people. I was a youth pastor, and I'd seen this common theme amongst kids in my youth groups that they were struggling with this, and nobody was talking about it. So we just started to work on a website, and I mean, I didn't think I'd become a porn pastor or whatever. These opportunities have come after 6 years, but it's been an incredible thing to be a part of, and I've reached a lot of people. It's cool to hear people that have followed the site from over here, and I mean, we're just working out of a basement in Michigan, a few of us that are trying to help people talk about this issue.
Now, it has been an issue for a lot of people. Can I ask a really personal question, ask if it's ever been an issue for you?
Yeah, I think, I dealt with it early on, but not, I mean, I had seen it just a few times growing up through junior high and high school. So, of course, I liked it, but I couldn't get my hands on it. And that's the thing, I think, I graduated college without even owning a personal computer, and because it just wasn't, you didn't need it back then. And so I'd say I escaped because it just wasn't around. And then I got into ministry and got married, and it hasn't been a big issue in my life. But in talking to people now that are growing up, inundated with this stuff, if I was growing up in today's world, I think for sure I would have been hooked on this stuff.
What's the biggest challenge for you?
I think the biggest challenge with this ministry is people say they want help, but really don't want help, because this seems fun. This seems like it's what everyone is looking at, and so we deal with a lot of people that really don't want to change. They talk all day about change, and you don't see instant results in this ministry. You plant a lot of seeds, or you throw a lot of stuff out there, and then oftentimes you're just frustrated, going, "Hey, is this? What are we doing here? I mean, are people listening? Are people? Is this making a difference?" And I guess the toughest thing is just to continue, to keep pressing on. And God brings some things at different moments that have been cool to kind of say, "Hey, yeah, you are making a difference. Keep going."
What's it like dealing with people's confessions? I mean, you've got the site that allows pastors to kind of anonymously confess if they have an issue. What's it like seeing all that sort of stuff going on?
It's heavy, man, reading through some of the confessions and people's stories, people's lives, the devastation, people's secrets. I mean, when you read that, I mean, my friend's a pastor, and he read something online. He's like, "Man, do you know who this? I'd love to call this guy. I'd love to just talk to this guy." And it's like, no, dude. I mean, that's the thing. We could help so many people if they came out a secret. But a lot of people they want to throw it out there and tell somebody, but not put a face to it. And so, yeah, we see a lot of that stuff, and I think it helps people as people read other people's stories. But bottom line is, you got to get face to face with people on this issue.
How do you emotionally cope with that, knowing that there's a lot of people in pulpits or in positions of leadership? You're seeing their confessions, knowing they've got positions of influence. How do you emotionally cope with carrying some of that stuff?
I mean, you don't put it on, we don't carry it. That's stuff that people have to carry. I mean, we did a survey on our site last year, and we found out that 78% of pastors that came to our site struggled with porn. Obviously, it's going to be higher than people that went to, a rugby site or something. But I mean, this is a huge issue, and so many people are dealing with this, and we're just trying to say, hey, you got to get help. You got to come to terms with this. But I mean, I can't carry that for people.
Now, you deal with people who are kind of in their homes on the internet who have an issue. You're also fairly close to the industry itself, talking to producers, people who are part of the industry. How is it dealing with those people?
Yeah, we've noticed that the same conflict runs amongst a lot of the people. Whether you're a consumer, a producer, or porn star, I seem to think that conflict of, I don't want to be doing this, that I want to do something else, but that struggle. And so not everybody in porn wants out, but a good amount of people do. They would rather do mainstream. They'd rather shoot something else. They'd rather be a star in another field. And so I found a lot of similarities when I talk to people going, that's just like that person at church that doesn't want to, that now that he's married wants to stop. And, we kind of play these games, I think with ourselves and with God, like, I'll stop when this happens. But the industry, it's an interesting group of people that we've been able to meet. I don't think they're fulfilled. I think a lot of them make a lot of money. A lot of them don't. They've fooled and tricked a lot of people by their product and by their lifestyle and by, just even their names. I mean, these aren't even their real people's names. These are characters that they've created. And so it's quite sad oftentimes.
A lot of people might argue that you're putting yourself in harm's way by getting so close to the industry, going along to different expos, like erotica expos, sex expos. How do you find dealing with that?
Yeah, I mean, that's our biggest criticism is you're too close to the fire. But, I mean, Jesus didn't cater his ministry to the religious folks. And I don't think he's called us to. I mean, the fact of the matter is these people aren't going to be in church. Some of them will, but a large amount of people that we don't reach on Sundays at churches. So it's like Jesus is going to all the world, and I feel like his hand has been on our ministry, and we're smart about the things that we do and don't do, and we don't go places like that, without prayer, without other people around us. So I think it's a cop-out for really a lot of Christians. I can't go to these places. I can't do these things. I'm not saying everyone should go to a porn show, but I mean, come on, like, people are people, and we're called to reach people where they're at, not wait for them to get their act together and then come to church. So I think when I hear people say, I can't do this, or you shouldn't do this, it's just like, you're just lazy. You don't want to really care for others and meet people where they're at. And yeah, this is a specific market that we're going into, but you name it. There's places every day that people can share their faith and be a little bit of light in.
How do you shoulder that criticism? Like, there's a good section of the Christian community that would say that you're just promoting the industry. How do you shoulder that stuff?
I mean, my pastor said in a sermon once, those that have a problem with your story normally aren't content with their own. And so it's like, you don't have to defend your story. And that's what it came down to. He just said, don't feel like, because I'm the type that you think you have to defend it. You think, I must, okay, they said something, I got to prove them wrong. It's like, don't defend it. And I have a hard time defending or talking to somebody that, like, I feel like I'm in the game. I'm out on the field. And when you're on the sideline, it's those on the sidelines that want to tell you how to play the game, but they've never even played it. They've never even been on the field. And so it's just like, don't criticize us when you're not doing anything and you don't have an alternative for what we're doing. It's just like, you just want to chime in with your smart discussion or thought or theology, but yet you've never even done or gone where we've gone. So it doesn't get to me. I mean, I kind of look at it as, I think we're doing something right, because if everyone's just fine with what we did, we be a little bored. But I think just it pushes us, when it makes you think. But I don't feel like I have to defend it all anymore. I mean, have a pretty good track record after 6 years of doing this.